When a company like Sony updates its top earbuds, expectations are high. Their XM series has built a reputation for powerful sound and serious noise canceling, and the XM5 already delivered strong bass and a solid feature set. So now the XM6 arrives, and the real question becomes simple. What actually changed? Is the sound cleaner? Is the fit more secure? Are calls clearer in daily use? That is exactly what we wanted to find out. So today, we are putting them side by side. Let's see what really separates them. Let's start with design and feel. When we took the XM6 out of the case, the first thing we noticed was the shape. Sony moved away from that smooth, circular look of the XM5. The XM6 goes back to a more elongated body. It feels more stable in the ear. The weight is around 6.5 grams per bud, compared to about 5.9 grams on the XM5. On paper, that sounds heavier, but in real life, the balance feels better. The foam hybrid tips are still here. Same idea as XM5. You pinch them, insert, wait a second. They expand and seal. It is not as fast as silicone tips, but the seal is tighter this time. With the XM5, we often had to push them in for max isolation. With the XM6, the fit locks in more naturally. That matters for bass and noise canceling. Now the sound, and this is where it matters most. Both use an 8.4mm dynamic driver, so at first glance you might think nothing has changed. The frequency response is technically similar too, 20 Hz to 20 kHz on standard Bluetooth, and up to 40 kHz when you use LDAC at high bitrate. On paper, it looks almost identical. However, the way they present sound is not the same. The XM5 carries that familiar Sony flavor. There is strong mid-bass presence. There is warmth, and the low end feels full and thick, which gives kick drums real weight. So if you listen to EDM or hip-hop, you feel that impact immediately. Vocals sit slightly behind that bass energy, which creates a fun and immersive character. Now, when we move to the XM6, the shift becomes clear. Sony introduced the new QN3E processor, which is around 3 times faster than the QN1 inside the XM5. That improvement is not just about noise canceling. It affects overall signal handling too. And because of that, the sound feels cleaner. The bass is still deep, so do not worry about losing extension, but the mid-bass is tighter. There is less bloom around instruments. As a result, vocals step forward more naturally. Guitars have better separation. Cymbals feel more open. So instead of sounding thicker, the XM6 sounds more balanced and more controlled. If you enjoy that heavy, warm Sony character, the XM5 still delivers it in a very satisfying way. On the other hand, if you prefer clarity and layering, the XM6 feels more refined. It is not dramatic, but it is noticeable once you switch back and forth. Now, noise canceling. And yeah, this is Sony's territory. The XM5 was already one of the strongest in its class. It uses dual processors and multiple microphones to reduce outside noise effectively. Subway rumble gets softened. Airplane engine noise becomes manageable. It performs confidently. With the XM6, Sony pushes further. There are 8 microphones per side now, combined with the upgraded processor. Because of that, the cancellation feels more consistent across frequencies. Low hum disappears more completely. Voices in the background sound more distant. Even sudden environmental noise feels more controlled. At the same time, the fit plays a role here. The XM6 body shape distributes weight better inside the ear, so you get a more stable seal. And when passive isolation improves, active cancellation works more effectively. That combination makes the XM6 feel more composed in loud environments. Transparency mode also improves. On the XM5, it was good but slightly digital in tone. With the XM6, ambient sound feels more natural. There is less white noise. Conversations sound clearer. Your own voice sounds less blocked. So when you switch modes, the experience feels smoother. Then comes call quality. This is where we really noticed progress. The XM5 already had bone conduction sensors and AI noise reduction, which worked well in quiet areas. However, in busy streets or windy conditions, artifacts could appear. Background noise sometimes crept in. With the XM6, the beamforming layout is upgraded and the AI processing feels smarter. In traffic, your voice cuts through more clearly. In wind, your voice still sounds processed, but it remains understandable. So if you take calls outdoors often, this upgrade becomes meaningful. Battery life stays mostly the same. Around 8 hours with noise cancelling on, and roughly 24 hours total with the case. The difference is battery care. The XM6 allows charge, limiting to protect long-term health, which is practical. Fast charging is similar, with about 1 hour of playback from a short top-up. Both support wireless charging. Both run Bluetooth 5.3. Both offer multi-point connection, so connectivity remains strong on both models. When it comes to controls and app features, Sony keeps its ecosystem consistent. You still get EQ customization. You still get LDAC support for high-resolution wireless audio. However, the XM6 allows more flexible touch customization. Volume control feels more natural now, and assigning gestures is easier. So here's the simple way to look at it. If you already have the XM5 and you love that warm, punchy sound, you are still in a good place. It holds up. It still sounds rich. It still blocks noise very well. But if you are buying fresh, or you want cleaner vocals, tighter bass, and better call clarity, then the XM6 makes more sense. It feels more refined, more controlled, more balanced. Both are excellent. The difference really comes down to your taste. Do you want warmth and weight, or do you want clarity and precision? That is it. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.